welcome to Star Stop. And if ever we have Star Stop, it's always whenever Salman sir is with us. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us.
Thanks a lot.
And not only does the entire world sort of admire him, a gentleman on his left also does admire him, and we admire him as well. So thank you so much for joining us, Sohail.
How are you doing?
It's always fun whenever you're sitting in this kind of a setup. Let's put it this way: when it's not a family setup at all, although the two of you are family, but एक अजनबी हर 15 मिनट में चेंज होते रहता है. Somebody else or the other sitting here, जो सलमान सर के बारे में ये बोलेंगे, we'll say this, we'll say that. How do you react? I mean, you've been through it for years. You know, you've been the eyes and ears of the other person, always there, seeing. How have you always reacted over the years? Are you like his voice of reason? Are you like his voice of sanity sometimes? If
No, just a very proud feeling, yeah. And so times when we get to observe and my father is a very people's person, and so he tells us, he says that the best learning is to learn from people and talk to them, meet them, associate with people, because somewhere down the line it's just in the world it's just people who you have to ultimately work with or have relationships with. So when I see fortunately around Salman Bhai, and because mashallah he's in that position, a lot of people from different walks of life approach him, come to meet him. And you're right, at times you being just a well-wisher and somebody who's you get to observe people. So it's just a learning experience, and it helps us to just grow.
But I've always felt this.
But they're very intuitive.
Yeah?
All of them.
So you get to know those that are the rotten tomatoes.
Yeah, straight up. Straight up.
I've always thought of that. So many people want everyone. So if we put a picture of you on Facebook, everyone wants to be our friend. Huh? So just imagine about you. How are you able to sift through who wants to really be you?
But actually, I genuinely, when you talk about people, in general, people are not very conniving, or it's, at times they're just nervous.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
they're just nervous, and at times you'll see someone having a problem or an attitude. Actually, it's not an attitude. He's just very nervous.
Yeah, he doesn't know what to say.
Yeah, and they don't know how to approach the situation. So you'll have this person just walking by. Actually, pants. Okay, he does not know what to do. so you just. At times you figure it out, and that's what comes with experience.
Actually, that happens more in a gym also. I'm sure when you go to a gym, everyone wants to. If you go to a public gym, you do sometimes go.
I do.
So whenever you come to the gym, I'm sure they must be breaking the racks and they must be breaking the weights also. So do you sometimes smile also inside?
So every time I go to the gym, I pick up the lightest weights there is.
Okay.
So I do it every time I go to a gym. I do a different kind of routine altogether, and I go back after a month and I see everyone doing that. So that's quite fun.
Yeah, but it's true. I mean, I think they do know how religious both of you are, and it does work out like that. There's responsibility, and I've asked you this many times sometimes. Do you want to sometimes move away from the responsibility? You wish you had 5 minutes in a day that was only Salman's own time.
No, all this is my time.
Yeah.
So I'm never lonely. See, lonely is like when you have no choice.
Yeah.
Okay. Alone is when you just want to step out for a bit and be alone, be on your own. But when God has given you so many people who love you and respect you, and family and friends and fans, why would you want to be alone?
Have you started looking back over your career and saying, my God, every time I go out, they look at these people that are there. I mean, isn't that an amazing feeling sometimes to be?
It is like the most amazing feeling, and I don't know what one does to deserve, to get felt like that. I sometimes when I see people and hear people talking about me, and I wonder if they're actually seriously talking about me, or they see somebody else in me.
Yeah.
So it's strange. And me growing up in this film industry, and I've seen stars before me, and I see my colleagues, and most some of them who've now made it, who I knew that 1,000 times better looking, body wise, face, talented, 10 times hard working, and today they've now made it, and I've come to this position. So
blessed by God, sir. That does happen.
I just feel that one should respect that, and one should just keep on working every single day. Just appreciate that. You appreciate that, you respect it, your work automatically, gets better and better. And there should not be any malice or any fraudapanti in the way you think. It has to be, straight from the heart. You may go wrong once, twice, but eventually,
Yeah, class is permanent. No form can be temporary. They say that in cricket all the time. You walk into a film set with your brother, and there will be these expectations. There will be these fantastic things that will happen to you as well. I mean, it's a great process to be part of a film when you know that there's a pressure, but you know that there'll be success also. Before things go on. How does, say, a Sohail Khan on set deal with that, knowing that, maybe I might just get a second wind in my career also.
We don't look at it that way. Because before Salman Bhai became who he became in the industry, and it's been a long journey for him also. It's been now it's been a good 27 years, right? 27 years. So
I mean, you actually look back at
it's
the diamond period is, I would say, the last 8-10 years. It's just been fantastic. But there's been downs as well, of course.
So, but we have seen that with our father, and when Dad and Jad uncle were together, I remember that the actor's name used to not come on the banner, but their name used to come on the banner. So we've grown up with seeing the biggest stars come home, and but that has never.
So because we've seen him at that stage, and then we've seen a time where the phone used to keep on ringing, and then we've seen also another phase where we used to check if the phone was dead.
Really?
So, the phone bell never rang. So we've seen both the sides. Okay. Then we saw him come back again. Then we saw him dip again. So this has never bothered us. So we know, okay, there is a phase that you'll do well, and then there was a phase, there will be a phase that you will not do so well, or you not do well at all. But that is the phase of life that you need to give it your best. If you, at that point in time, panic, okay, if you get scared, you will never come back up again.
But do you think this is a second win, Tubelight, for you? Do you have that hunger to come back into it and be a leading man again?
No, I don't suppose. I would like to do good work, yes, and this opens up the window to do good work. And yes, the reach is tremendous. It's a Salman Khan production, Kabir Khan production. It's there's Bhai in the film. It's when Eid release. So yes, the platform is humongous. So if you get appreciated in the film,
he's really good in the movie. Okay, this film, if Sohail was not there, I don't think this film would have worked. It would have been like two actors acting in the movie. It would have been okay. It's a nice film, but because the brothers connect is there, and he's playing this really strong personality in the film, who's taking care of his older brother, who's slow, he's done a fabulous job. Arbaz and Sohail's drawback was that I made it before them. So then he was a director. He didn't want to be an actor when everyone told him to be an actor.
I remember that film. You did everything in one film. Acted, directed, produced, action, dance, everything.
For me, I enjoy the process. If I'm not doing anything, I have an editing studio in my office. I'll go and I'll grab some films and I'll re-edit them.
You should re-release them then, after re-editing.
No, some random films, which I thought that they could have been, when they say that wo film achhi thi lekin chali nahi, I used to always wonder that, yes, what probably could be. So for me, being a part of the films behind the camera or in front of the camera, it's always a learning process. Like, I was really excited to do Tubelight is because I've seen Kabir and Salman Bhai's journey, and it's a part that I would have sometime in my career, sometime in my life, I would have liked to be a part of, and this gave me the opportunity. So I got a lot of, because me going back to be an assistant or learning directing, if I do get a good script, and it's all.
He doesn't. He's being modest. He doesn't need anything.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, at least the things that you would want to do.
There's 6 films, and all of them have done well. I mean, the one that didn't do well, Hello Brother, is doing extremely well on television today. So it is one of the funnier films that people have watched after Andaz Apna Apna. So he's just being modest.
But I like that. But for me, what I was blown away, sir, was the role that you picked for this. Very tough role to do. Very tough role for leading man. Very tough role. It could go over, or it could be under.
Yeah, scary. This one is scary. So, but when we heard the script, when I heard the script twice over. So I knew exactly where I was going to, how I was going to play it, because I had about 2.5 months from Bajrangi Bhaijaan, from Sultan
to
get in this film. So I knew that, how I would walk in it, how I would talk in it. But I was still really scared of the first day of shoot, that it should not look over. So I did two different types of takes. One was slightly, over the top, and then one was, slightly subdued. And then we saw both, and one was over the top, and one looked like me. Okay.
So you had to find something in between.
We had to find something in between there. So once we got that long shot in the walk and the first two lines correctly, then we were set.
Now, when you do this role and it comes out, the expectations are all there. The dance, is it tough to do the dance when you're doing this kind of character?
It's really difficult because you can't dance properly.
Yeah.
You can't put, finesse style in that. So you need to be, clumsy on your feet. You need to, do it with a lot of innocence. And it has to look like somebody who's...
Like
right but not right.
Yeah.
Did you like Salman Bhai's dance in this?
Oh, yeah. In fact, I'll share something with you, Salil. As Bhai said that after hearing the script twice, he came and he did this. His first shot in the film was the last shot of the film.
Wow, so the journey had already been done.
Yeah. And
so we shot the climax first.
Yeah, no, and the last shot of the climax was his first shot in the film. And when Kabir said that we're shooting this, I said, I'm okay with it, but don't you think that, because it's...
Get into the character.
Yeah. He says, nahi yaar, wo Salman kar lega. Because I think he had been through Tiger and he had been through Bajrangi. And we were shooting in Ladakh at that time, so the location was very important to shoot that last particular scene. And I remember there's the end shot where, actually, can I say it?
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah. But this will be releasing by the time the movie's out.
Yeah, so I was there and it was just a stare that I have towards Salman Bhai. And when I was looking at him, I'd forgotten what my expressions were. I was saying, he's got it, he's bang on, he's got it. And I think it was that first shot and the last shot. And Kabir also said, okay, and he came. And I said, so he looked, I remember Bhai looked at me and said, I said, no, superb.
I think when I saw the trailer the first time, when I saw Radio the Song the first time, I was just blown away by the innocence. And that's the beauty of it. No matter how big a star sometimes you become, you can see tajurba dikhne lag jata hai face pe. But sir, that doesn't happen with you on screen. And that's the beauty of it. The innocence of the character stays there, which is why I think 4,000 people are standing behind the camera today. Salman Khan sir and Sohail Khan sir, ek saath, gym, on the set. Did you do it at that time? Obviously, was workout?
Yeah, we work out.
Does Kabir work out?
Yeah, Kabir works out too.
Why does he always look so upset? He never seems to smile much, when he...
But he's all the time laughing actually.
Yeah? But he looks like a very serious guy, is he?
No.
And the connection between the two of you, is it like so perfect that you know what he's thinking? Have you reached that stage now?
Yeah, because when he comes and narrates the subject, so then we talk about it. So we just keep on talking about it. Kisko aisa hona chahiye, usko aisa hona chahiye. Ye kya change ho sakta hai kya? So we know the script by heart by the time we start the film. And since last two films, he's written, so whenever I get lost, I say, ye kab aata hai? He says, ye iske pehle ye aayega. So, you have left you left the house crying. So you need to keep this, continuity maintained. And then the continuity pictures will come in as such, okay, ye look hai. And then from there, so that's how it goes.
Actually, that went into making sure that the character stayed constant in this film.
No, this one, we had to keep it constant. I mean, like my father saw the film and he said that one good thing is that you didn't at any given point in time, try to be this cool dude hero. It was just simple, he was there simple, he gets whacked as well, he cries as well, he laughs as well,
Yeah, which is difficult because considering you're a He-Man hero, so which is great. What I always think is the last 3 years has been a brilliant selection of films. You've got your Bajrangi Bhaijaan, which has made everyone cry. You've got Sultan, which also made us cry, which is fantastic. And but a completely different zone. Are you now choosing to make sure that you stay different?
No, see, I want to do only those kind of movies that when I hear them in the first narration, I think, man, this is an outstanding script. Not even the character. It's an outstanding script. The character comes later. So that's how I chose Sultan, Bajrangi Bhaijaan, Tubelight. Now, Tubelight is not like, the ideal hero character. It's a very different kind of hero. So even in this film, the romance like how we have romance, hugging and stuff like that. So my romance with Juju, there's one shot where her hand is here, and I just do this to her. This is the level of romance. In the end, I just hold her hand and walk with her.
So that's like the culmination of it.
So it's like really, beautifully said. There's no, I mean, kissing to aisa hota nahi hai
No
meri picture
offense,
mein
never.
kya. So there's no hugging, there's no romantic lines, there's no wooing anyone. It's just in the eyes, it's just there.
Do you think now with the current audience and they're still able to connect so much with you, in spite of not having what we just mentioned, there's no kissing, there's no current generation thoughts, like what the online world has done. How have you still managed to hold them with the audience? Have you ever thought of making it?
Like when we did Maine Pyar Kiya, okay? Like Amir did, Qayamat Se Qayamat Tak.
Yeah.
So
I was shocked
the
when I saw so
innocent-
many kisses in that film. Yeah, I was wondering, I was like,
So when we did that, there was a kiss in the film which I refused, and then obviously Bhagyashi also refused. So then we had that glass thing.
Yeah.
So that's how it came in. And I think the innocence of those characters really work. So there would be a lot who would want to see, kissing and exposing and stuff like that. And they will come in ones and twos and threes. My belief is that when you don't have all these things, then your audiences, from your children to your fans, your boys to their wives, to their sisters, to their parents, to their grandparents, all of them come and watch the movie together because they will never be awkward in a film like that.
And I think that's what makes it a generic audience that reaches out to a very wide space. And this one's going to go to China as well. Before I wrap up, you've conquered the world now. Has Bollywood conquered the world now, considering that Dangal's done such great business there? Numbers keep pouring in. We did discuss, not all of it goes to them. In fact, a very little portion goes to them. But this will be a big film in China as well now. So are you hearing good reports? Do they want to see Zuzu and Salman together? This will be like a global film, actually.
Yeah, so we're working that out right now.
So we're in talks right now.
I think China's got some system.
So they're foreign films, I think they allow about 36 films a year. So that's why you have to wait for,
Oh, so you might have to wait to release it. Oh, okay. Well, that's going to happen. Anyway, you heard it here. So by the time this comes out, you'll figure out by then if it's out or not. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks.
Before we leave, on the set, who is the stronger person between the two of you?
On the set.
Yeah, when you were working on the set, come on, you're bustling more out of your shirt than Salman sir is, and that hasn't happened before.
No. But
No.
I still
He's always this modest.
follow. No, it's something I've learned. It's something I can improvise or modify. But there's
He's very strong.
Yeah.
Very strong.
So you can see he's bursting out of his shirt also. I like that. We'll see you guys soon. Take care and bye-bye.